He has spent months trying to convince Britain to stay, but the look on David Cameron's face says it all. He has lost the biggest fight of his career.
The British people have voted to leave the European Union, and their will must be respected.
The word Brexit sure to long haunt the man who called this referendum in the first place. This was a resignation speech. All that was missing was a leaving date.
I will do everything I can as Prime Minister to steady the ship over the coming weeks and months. But I do not think it would be right for me to try to be the captain that steers our country to its next destination.
Who will replace him? Well, how about Boris Johnson? The loud boos from protesters might not sound like a willing endorsement, but the former Mayor of London, long suspected to harbour PM ambitions, led this Leave campaign, and he is almost certain to put his name forward. This is, some would say, his moment.
There is simply no need in the 21st century to be part of a federal system of government based in Brussels that is imitated nowhere else on earth. It was a noble idea for its time. It is no longer right for this country.
And it is a moment that came as a huge shock to some as the UK woke up. That is, for those who had managed to get sleep. Not because the Leave campaign was expected to lose, but because just a few hours earlier, it looked like the Remain campaign had won. Repercussions were felt first in Asia. The markets in the Far East reflected that huge anxiety. The value of the pound fell to its lowest level since the mid-80s. And as the markets opened in London and on the continent, that pain was clear. The FTSE index down 8% as the trading day began.
Some market and economic volatility can be expected as this process unfolds. But we are well prepared for this. Her Majesty's Treasury and the Bank of England have engaged in extensive contingency planning, and the Chancellor and I have remained in close contact, including through the night and this morning.
Overseas, British territory Gibraltar had been the first poll to open, but voter turnout had been lower than expected in other parts of the UK. The nation hit by massive floods, what felt like biblical rains. Question is, did they have a seismic effect at polling stations? As the country reflects, digests this result and what it means, for some it is a chance for mass celebrations. Others are completely distraught because this is an issue that has divided this country for months, and now post-result people are even more polarised. But that is what happens in a democracy, in a referendum. Everybody gets a voice, everybody gets a chance to say what they think. And we're now in this situation where people are saying, right, what happens next? The answer is nobody knows, not with any real certainty, because one thing we are certain of is this is uncharted territory. Phil Lavelle, Al Jazeera in London.